Standing on Russian soil, North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un shook hands with Vladimir Putin, while back home, his country launched ballistic missiles in Japan's direction. Before Vladimir Putin met Kim Jong Un, this is what the US State Department said about the Russian president, all with a smirk on his face.
I would characterize it as him begging for assistance.
But the sheer optics of Kim Jong Un's visit to Russia sent very clear signals. And just 2 days later, the State Department spoke a completely different language, looking rather troubled.
I would say it is troubling when you see the Russians talking about cooperating with North Korea. We have reason to believe they were going to discuss military transfers. That is quite troubling, and we would watch very closely and be concerned.
From smirking, they're suddenly troubled and concerned now. But what is troubling the US? Will North Korea aid Russia in Ukraine? Will Russia take stance with the hermit nation against the US in the Korean peninsula? What's the Russia-North Korea game plan? I'm Shivan, Chanana. Let's begin. When world leaders meet, you have to pay attention to the optics and finer details to really understand the actual game plan. Let's start with this handshake, which sent tremors across the West. Why? It lasted over 40 seconds. And both leaders ensured that every second was captured on camera. A close look at Kim Jong Un's entourage for his Russia visit revealed top military commanders accompanying him. Defense Minister Kang Sun-nam also joined him. Marshal Park Jong-chon, who's head of Kim's military political leadership, along with defense industry officials, they all accompanied him. It was a clear hint at a defense-heavy agenda for meetings with Vladimir Putin. His rail journey to Russia had a subliminal message to the West as well. If North Korean leadership can travel to Russia by rail, they can surely secretly transfer arms to Russia by rail as well. The location of the meeting, the choice to meet at Vostochny Cosmodrome, a symbol of Russia's ambitions as a space power, was also notable. As North Korea has twice failed to launch reconnaissance satellites in the past 4 months, so it's now clear what North Korea will gain from Russia: its space know-how. North Korea launched 2 ballistic missiles off its east coast, just short of Japan's exclusive economic zone, and it was perfectly timed with Kim Jong Un's handshake with Vladimir Putin. It's to let South Korea and Japan know of the implications of Kim's meet with Putin and how Kim can call the shots even when he's not on ground. Now, analysts say North Korea has huge supplies of artillery shells, rockets and small arms and ammunition, which could help Russia replenish the vast stocks it has used up in more than 18 months of war in Ukraine. And this is what Russia is expected to gain from North Korea. North Korea has repeatedly expressed anger at US conducting war drills at its doorstep along with South Korea. Recently, US approved a $5 billion deal with South Korea for 25 F-35A fighter jets. Earlier in July, the US had deployed a nuclear-armed ballistic missile submarine to South Korea in a show of strength to North Korea. North Korea was clearly outnumbered and has resorted to its neighbor for support. But will Russia take a stance with North Korea against US, Japan and South Korea?
Обсуждаем, думаем об этом. И здесь тоже есть перспективы.
With Russia and North Korea joining hands, are we seeing the emergence of another theater of war on Russia's east this time? Let me know in the comments.